What is up, people? My name is Jules, and today I'm basically kind of coming at you with a video about my weed detox. Before I get started with that, though, I do kind of want to just let you know this isn't really like a real YouTube channel. This is just kind of a channel, like a personal channel I made so I can watch YouTube videos, because I'm like a YouTube video alcoholic, whatever you want to call that shit. But if y'all like this video, like it, comment, subscribe and shit, and I'll start making, YouTube videos. Probably about like clothes and shoes and shit, though, not really about weed per se. But yeah, if you like me, like my energy, shit, let me know. I'll make some videos. But anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of coming at y'all today, just kind of like to bring you on my journey, I guess, about my detox from weed. This is day 1, and well, this is day 2 actually, I'm sorry. But the reason why I really decided to stop smoking weed is just kind of because I just kind of felt like it was giving me a vibe that just wasn't like who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I smoke weed, sometimes for some reason I just start thinking about the most depressing shit in the world. I don't want to like do anything. I don't want to go outside and get some fresh air. I don't want to, interact with other people because I don't want to blow my high. I don't feel like being bothered and shit like that. So I guess in a way I could say it started kind of having a negative effect on the person I am. My personality and shit like that. Like, I can always smoke weed, of course I can always smoke it, but it comes to a point where you have to just decide, like, okay, do you want to be high or do you want to be sober and start trying to, accomplish some goals and start trying to open some doors up for yourself? And I think that was really the main reason why I decided to stop smoking, because I realized, like, it's closing doors for me. It's causing me to not be able to drug test for certain jobs. It's causing me not to want to go out and do things anymore. It's causing me to not be as social as I used to be, because I don't know, it's just changing my personality. So that was really the reason why I decided to stop, It's really not that bad of a drug, though. I'm not bad-mouthing weed or anybody who does it, because shit, I've been smoking weed for about 2 years now. And I've stopped a couple of times. This is not the first time I stopped. But the thing is, people don't understand is that weed can be addicting. People be like, oh, you can't get addicted to weed. It's weed. But you can. And it's not like an addiction like where you be like fiending and shaking and sweating and shit and shivering over the place. It's like more so an addiction where you can't function mentally without it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go out in public and stuff sober and be nice and cordial, and I can do what I have to do, but I have to have it at some point in the day. I have to have it. Like, I have to have it. Or that's how I used to be. Even though this is just day 2, I'm already noticing changes in my body, like in my mind and everything. But that's how it was. I needed to have weed at some point in the day. Then if I'm not doing anything, it's like the first thing I want to do when I wake up is smoke. And then I want to lay around. It's like it just sets the tone for my day. It just sets the tone, So I was like, well, let me just see if I can just put this shit to rest for a minute, because it's nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, there's other things in my life that I just feel like are just taking precedence over weed, But weed really can be addicting, guys. Like, and I hope that somebody, who's going through the same thing as me watches this video, and I hope that I can help somebody kind of overtake what they're going through, like how I am, because that shit can be addicted. Like, a perfect example, dude, like, today is Thursday, so today is day 2. I stopped smoking weed yesterday, and yesterday was, I'm not gonna say hard, but it was different. In my mind, like, I didn't really want weed, but then I did at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were urges that were kind of coming out, but I was able to kind of control it, which I'm surprised about, because earlier this week, I tried to stop. So today would have really been day 5, but I couldn't do it. I tried to stop smoking weed on Monday. Stopped smoking weed, and I did. I made it through the whole day of Monday without smoking any weed. But then when I got home and I started trying to go to sleep, that's when all the cravings and all of the like the urges and just everything just started kind of coming back. And it was hard for me to like sleep. I couldn't sleep. I didn't get any sleep that night. And then when I would fall asleep, it would be for like 20 minutes and I would just wake right back up and just be like laying there. It was the craziest thing that I've probably ever experienced, because it was almost like I was high, but I know I wasn't, because I kept replaying all these crazy memories in my head that didn't really like correlate to what's going on in today's like life for me. You know what I mean? Like, it was just all this crazy stuff from the past, like past memories, past embarrassing things that have happened to me. Like, everything was just from the past, and it was like giving me like anxiety almost. Like, I couldn't sleep. I would close my eyes, and then as soon as I closed my eyes, I would just start thinking about all this crazy, just irrelevant shit, and it would just wake me right back up. So after I went through that night, I said, man, fuck this. I'm just gonna smoke until Thursday when I get done with my classes, and then that way I can just, you know, if I can't get any sleep, then I don't have to go anywhere the next morning, you know, so it's whatever. I'll just fight through it. So last night was my first night again, you know, without the weed, I guess. I mean, you know, it wasn't really that bad. I still kind of didn't get any sleep. I didn't go to sleep till around probably like 4 o'clock in the morning, because it was the same thing. But you know what though? What I will say is that yesterday night, for some reason, wasn't as bad as it was that first night I tried earlier this week. And I'm not really sure why. Now, I did drink a detox last night before I went to sleep. So I don't know if maybe that pushed out all the THC and, you know, the toxins and shit, but, you know, it wasn't as bad. But I still kind of had trouble going to sleep though. Like, I couldn't really like, I was still kind of tossing and turning, you know what I mean? I couldn't really like rest my body. It wasn't that same sleep you get when you're high. Because when you go to sleep high, anybody that smokes, you know, when you go to sleep high, your ass be knocked. You be knocked. I'm telling you. And you'll sleep good all night. But last night, I don't know, it just wasn't that easy for me last night to get to sleep. I'm not really sure why. It's I guess the withdrawals. Because like I said, weed is addicting. And it's not like an addiction where you're like a crackhead, but it's more like an addiction where you cannot, like I said earlier, you really can't function without it in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's like mind over matter, really. So I think once I kind of like realized that it's really just mind over matter, it's not real. It's something that your mind is projecting. I was able to kind of push through. And then I think too, me drinking that detox, in my mind, I felt like, because I don't even know if that shit worked or not, but in my mind, I felt like it did. I felt like, okay, because I peed a lot after I drank it. So I felt like, okay, I must have peed out all that shit. I must have, you know, peed out most of that THC. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I might be, you know, halfway out of this. I know it's gonna take a lot of time, you know what I mean? It's gonna probably take a month or two, because I'm a heavy smoker. I smoke like probably close to 2 grams a day. And which is not really a lot on the grand scale, but it's a lot for me. And my body became dependent on that. My body became dependent on needing weed every morning, needing weed every night to sleep, needing weed before you ate so that the food would taste good and you would eat all of it. Like, you know what I mean? But you can do it though. If you're watching this video and you know you're trying to like stop smoking weed, you really can do it. Like, I've done it before, you know, a few times in my life. I just think the determination has to be there. Your mind has to really be focused on stopping smoking weed. It has to be focused on that. You cannot, and you have to separate yourself from it sometimes, you know? That's why I smoked all my shit and I cleaned everything up. I got rid of all my blunt papers. I got rid of all the ashes and everything. I got rid of the grinder, you know, because I was like, I'm really determined. I really, really want this for myself. And it's not, like I said, it's not even a bad thing. But I think that I got to the point where not only was I becoming dependent on weed, but it wasn't even getting me high anymore. I was high, but it wasn't like before when you would be laughing and like enjoying life and like everything just seemed so spectacular and magical and shit. It was like I'm just sitting here by myself, like thinking about depressing shit, feeling all emotional and sad. It was just weird, you know? It started having a negative effect on me. And once that happened, I just kind of realized, like, it's just more to life than this. You know, it's just more to life than getting high. And I'm not like a, you know, I don't need to be high all day long, even when I was, you know, smoking. But I found myself almost like, if I had free time, that was what I would do in my free time. It wasn't like where, you know how people have free time and then they'll go exercise, or they'll go paint, go write, go play music, or go read a book or something like that. It was like, okay, I don't have nothing to do. Let me go smoke. You know what I'm saying? And that can be fine sometimes, but when it starts getting to the point where the only thing you want to do is smoke, that's all you want to do when you have free time, that's a problem. Because it really does make you a shell of a person almost. I'm not gonna say a shell of a person because everybody kind of handles weed differently, but it makes you, it makes you less of who you are naturally. Because naturally me, I'm a very fun person. I like to laugh, I like to talk to people, I like to do all types of shit. But when I started smoking weed, I noticed I kind of started drawing back. As the years went on and as the time went on, I started drawing back from my family even. Like, you know, I'm still close to my family, but even to the point where it's like I'll be, you know what I mean, moody and not want to be bothered if I'm not high or I'm not smoking. So that affects how I handle my, you know, closest relationships, my family, my friends, whoever. So that was really just my purpose, you know. That was my reasoning behind quitting weed, trying to quit weed, trying to better myself, kind of just wake my mind up, you know, and get out of that fog I'm always in, you know. So yeah, this is day 2, you know, guys, of my weed detox. I can honestly say day 1 was pretty easy for me. It was just more of like a mindset thing, you know, just try to keep myself busy and focused on the future and just think about the doors that would open if I just stuck through with this. It's the beginning of day 2, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, I was laying in my bed this morning and I was thinking about that shit. I really was. But I decided to just get up. I'm gonna go, you know, to the library and print out some stuff and just, you know, handle some business and shit. I decided to do that, and just kind of keep myself busy, keep myself preoccupied so I don't have to worry about it. Maybe I'll go work out or something, I don't know, you know, but just try to stay busy, basically. I'm just gonna try to stay busy and just keep it moving, and I'll be back tomorrow with day 3 for y'all. So let me know if you like this video, comment, like, subscribe, whatever, you know, and then catch you on the next one. Peace.